4 years ago, I began a daily meditation practice. I was experiencing a great deal of joy in my life as well as suffering. I've recently become a father and a stay-at-home dad. It was very it was a very happy time for me to have a child. It's an amazing experience. But I was also having a great deal of suffering I hadn't dealt with, new suffering, life. It wasn't your typical pain that you have in life. We all experience pain. We all experience suffering. But the suffering was becoming more commonplace. I didn't know how to deal with my pain, so I suffered about it. I've heard several people talk about, teachers and whatnot, that everybody experiences pain, but you don't have to suffer about it. I wanted to experience that. I wanted to alleviate my suffering as much as possible and grow as much as possible. So I began a daily meditation practice. Over those 4 years, I missed about 5 days. And that consistency definitely yielded rewards for my life and those around me. The top 3 things that stick out in my mind that I've learned through this experience are as follows, and they're in no specific order. But one is I've learned that I am not my thoughts. That is a very powerful lesson to learn when you finally grasp that. So many of us get caught up in our thoughts and our ideals of who we are and who the world is and what am I going to do tomorrow and what am I going to do next week and worrying about the past, and you become that thought process. You become that monkey mind. The monkey mind, the busy mind, swinging from vine to vine, just out of control. And learning that has been profound. I am not my thoughts. I am separate from my thoughts. And that's not to say that thinking is bad. Thinking is a wonderful thing, and it's how we accomplish the goals in our life, the task in our life. But it's when you obsess over those thoughts and you are controlled by those thoughts, that's a bad thing. And to have the ability to not be controlled by my thoughts, to control my thoughts more, is very powerful. Number 2 is related to that, and that is that I've learned that most of my thoughts do not serve me. And that has been amazing, because I was someone who struggled with insomnia, and I also, at the time, I wouldn't have said it was struggling. To me, it was a great thing, but I struggled with just rapid thoughts, a rapid mind, thinking constantly. That's part of the reason I couldn't go to sleep. I was just constantly thinking, going through the day's events, going through yesterday's events, what's going to happen tomorrow, just constantly thinking. And I thought that was a good thing. I thought it meant, hey, I think a lot. I'm a thinker. I'm intellectual. It's not to say that thinking is bad, again. But most of those thoughts were not serving me. They did not benefit me in any way. And now I have the ability to see that a lot more clearly and a lot more quickly, and not dwell on those thoughts. To release those thoughts and focus on the things that are important in my life. The thought processes that yield good returns, that don't take me down a rabbit hole of despair or a rabbit hole of ego. Whatever the case may be, it helps me stay in the present moment and focus on what matters. And number 3 is probably the biggest thing that I've learned and the most important to me, and that is that I have so much more work to do. by no means have I figured it all out. By no means have I got rid of my anger, my pain. However, I have eliminated a large amount of it. I have become way more happier, way more present. I have the ability to turn situations around a lot more faster and not just fall down the rabbit hole of negativity and just get caught up in that cycle. I used to get caught up in that cycle for weeks at a time. Sometimes still it might be a couple of days, but it's way better than a couple of weeks. Or I might be able to get over something in an hour and see the error of my ways, to show compassion to those who I feel have wronged me, or whatever the situation is. I'm a lot better off because of my daily meditation, because of my ability to sit quietly with myself and feel what it is to be me, to see what it is to be me, and to eliminate those things that aren't me, that are simply just the monkey mind doing what it does, which is think. The mind will think, you will not stop it, but you can train yourself to think better for you. And when you think better for yourself, when you look at yourself in a different light, at a deeper level, not only does it benefit you, but it benefits all of those around you.